All right, Shalom Akyam.
Shalom.
And we would like to start off by giving our honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash.
Hey, we also want to give double honors to our apostles of great millstone, rule well. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. I was a Zahab to my right.
Kazak.
And today we're going to go into the left and right paradigms of Esau and Jacob, man. Because each person, Esau and Jacob, gave birth to two different nations. And those two different nations have two different worlds, man. Those two different nations, when they are in rulership, they create two different worlds, two different spheres, man. Okay, two different cosmoses, two different worlds, and they're contrary to one another. All right, so right now we are in Esau's world. All right, so we are in Esau's way of thinking, man. But his way isn't the end all be all. It's just his world, man. But the 12 tribes are thinking that that's just the way it is. But in the kingdom to come, we are going to be in Jacob's world, man. A so-called black man's dominion, man. And not a nigger, all right, or a so-called African American, but the Israelite man's dominion, man.
That's right.
All right, we'll open up with the scripture.
All right. Genesis chapter 25 is a particular verse when we start at. You get the point.
Yeah.
All right. This is Genesis 25 and 23. And Yahweh said unto her, unto Rebekah,
Yep.
2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Yep, 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So the Most High is telling Rebekah that you have twins, which are going to be the progenitor of 2 different nations. They have 2 different natures, 2 different tendencies, 2 different minds. Okay?
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
Yep, and the elder shall serve the younger, man. All right, because ultimately Esau was supposed to serve Jacob. Okay? And you have another precept?
Yeah, I got something in Hebrews, and I was going to go to Sirach.
Okay, come on, let me get this word paradigm.
Come on. This is real quick. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 20. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how these 2 different men, these 2 different fraternal twin brothers, they would eventually have 2 different kingdoms that would reign on the planet Earth at 2 different time periods. Okay, which basically, by way of Esau, we see evil on the earth. Okay, but by way of Jacob, we're going to see good or righteousness. So there you have evil and good, man. You know, which are 2 different worlds, like the elders getting into.
Right, and right now we are in Esau's paradigm. We are in Esau's world, man. We are in Esau's mind. Real quick, can you get Sirach 10 and 1?
Mm-hmm. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Yep, go ahead.
As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers.
Yeah, as the judge of the people is himself. So Esau, with this westernization, his western paradigm, he wants the world to be an extension of him. All right? And that's pretty much all I wanted. All right, you can go back to Hebrews, hold some of Hebrews.
That was it. I can read it again.
Okay, go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 20. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come.
Yep. So, and was it the things to come is the kingdom, man. But one thing that we wanted to expound on is make a comparison between Esau's world and Jacob's world to come, man. Because every world, every culture has different things which make that culture a culture. And one thing is standard of beauty. The other thing is how to deal with marriage and relationships. All right. The other things is the moral code, the do's and don'ts, man. All right. But those are that's the contrast between Esau and Jacob. They're complete opposites of each other, man.
Can I make a point?
Yeah.
Because it said, by faith Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. Esau's kingdom came to fruition.
Yeah.
This is proof that the Lord, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, was working through Isaac to give them both their blessings, man. We're living in Esau's blessing now.
Yeah.
You know? And it began, with the rule of the Greeks, Esau coming into power by way of the Greeks, and then continuing, by way of the Greco-Roman Empire. And then Esau went down. We ruled for a little while, for about 1,000 years, but then Esau came back into power. Like it tells you in Revelation, his deadly wound was healed. Mm-hmm. You had the rebirth, the Renaissance, and Esau has been ruling since then. So we're seeing the things to come, the prophecies concerning Esau. Which is why, going back, and not to, go off topic or anything, but going back during the time of, King Saul, because you had a brother, he had posted a comment a while back, he was like, well, Esau or the Amalekites, why didn't King Saul just get rid of all of them? Why didn't King Saul get rid of, King Agag and the rest of Amalek? Really, the Lord was behind it ultimately, because they wouldn't have fulfilled prophecy. Esau had to eventually come back into power, man, or come into power, period.
Yep. Oh, you were holding some?
Yeah, I had some in Sirach.
All right, go ahead and get that.
All right, this is Sirach, chapter 33, and verse 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly.
So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So Esau and Jacob represent the two different polarities on the planet Earth, man. The complete paradigm differences on the planet Earth. You have the good. So Esau's kingdom is the manifestation of evil, but Jacob's kingdom is the manifestation of righteousness, man. Yep. All right, so we embodied the two different polarities played out on the planet Earth, man. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right, I want you to get this. This is on the vocabulary.com. This is the definition of paradigm.
Paradigm. A paradigm is a standard, perspective, or set of ideas. A paradigm is a way of looking at something.
A paradigm is a way of looking at something, man. And you have from there, you have the word ethnocentricity. Ethnocentricity is you judging someone else's culture by your culture's standard. So in America and Babylon, Esau has Americans judging the rest of the world by American standard of living, okay? All right, which springs from the American mindset or paradigm, man. So to bring that into a context of this lesson, Esau has you looking at righteousness like it's evil. Yeah. He has you looking at melanin or how Israelite look like that's undesirable.
Yeah.
He has you looking at structure and order within a marriage like that's a form of oppression, man.
Yeah, because it's basically his way of thinking.
It's his way of thinking, yeah. And we've adopted his way of thinking because it says what the way of the ruler is the way of the people. Esau is the ruler, so we've been cultured to think like Esau, man. Mm-hmm. But now we've been enlightened to this truth. Now the Most High is showing us how to think like the Most High, man. Yep. Okay? And from there, we're going to get the first example of something that makes up the paradigm in Esau's kingdom, and we're going to compare it to Jacob's kingdom, man. Our kingdom, man. Mm-hmm. All right? And the first thing is the standard of beauty. All right? So I want you to get Songs of Solomon 1 and 5.
Come.
See, right now it's a paradigm shift going on, man. All right, we're reassessing everything that Esau has done and analyzing it, man. Okay, because Esau interpreted being evil as having freedom, and he interpreted righteousness as a form of oppression, man. But it tells you that rebellion is witchcraft. So, if rebellion is witchcraft, what did it say about Esau, the mother of harlots? It said that she's the mother of witchcrafts.
Yep.
Because she teaches you to rebel against the Most High insidiously, man.
Yep. Babylon, man.
Babylon. Yep.
Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black but comely.
I am black but comely, man. Because we don't get into it a lot because we are in greater topics such as prophecy. But just an example of this topic, man. It says that I am black but comely. That word black goes back to Kodar, which means dark skin. Mm-hmm. So showing you right there in itself, having dark skin is what? Comely, man.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. And in my personal opinion, a dark is godly, man. When you see the pictures of Jake during the time of the Moors, which was Israelite men, they look like bronze statues, man. And when you see dark women, man, we never had a physical problem with so-called black women, man. It's that they've been liberated and they've been turned against us. But dark skin is very attractive. All right, read that again, Mabakasha.
Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black but comely.
Black but comely. I am dark skinned but comely, because that's what the word kadar means, dark skin. Okay? From there, can you get I want you to get 1 Samuel 9 and 2.
Can I read a little bit more?
Okay, come.
Just to, back up your point.
Uh-huh.
O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, or Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon.
Yeah, as the curtains of Solomon. And although that chapter goes into the Most High, all right, it's like a metaphor, but it gave a description of Solomon in a sense, and it was giving a description of a dark-skinned man with braids.
Yep.
How he had the braids, and obviously he was decked out, but it went into the colognes he was wearing. All right, that shows you how the Most High, because Solomon was like a house shower on earth, man.
Yeah.
So that shows you how a real so-called black man, a real Israelite man, functioned outside the Western paradigm, man. He would probably have hair on his head. He would probably have gold hoop earrings. Probably have braids. He'll have natural ointments on. All right, he'll be tall, dark skinned. That's the Israelite man.
And Jake does it on this side, but it's like on a low level.
Yeah.
Like you, Jake, you be having fucking cologne on at work.
Yeah.
Edomite don't do that.
No.
Jake. I mean, even though Jake really don't know who they are, but you be seeing certain Jakes, they have a damn do-rag on. But a lot of times when I look at these men, I'm like, man, these are men from the East.
Yeah, it's like a turban.
It's like a turban, It's like Jake does go on low level, but when you come to the truth, you fully embrace it, man.
Because even if you look at Ishmael, I forgot what you call it, but when they wear that thing on their head, it looks like an untied do-rag, But yeah, but we showing you an example that dark skin is the standard of beauty in the Eastern world, man, in Eastern paradigm. Yep. Now let's get an example of that. 1 Samuel 9 and 2.
Time.
So you have something called Esau supremacy, or so-called Edomite supremacy. Then you have Jacob supremacy, man. All right, and I will say white supremacy, but that word is really a word Esau adopted to attach to his leprosy, man.
That's right.
To say that leprosy is a standard of beauty, but let's see the true standard of beauty. We just read it, and now we're going to get an example of it, man.
1 Samuel chapter 9, verse 2. You begin in verse 1.
Yeah, come.
1 Samuel 9, and 1 down to 2. Now there was a man of Benjamin, whose name was Kish, the son of Abiel, the son of Zebor, the son of Bechorath, the son of Aphiah, a Benjaminite, or a Benjamite, a mighty man of power. And he had a son whose name was Saul, a choice young man and a goodly. And there was not among the sons of Israel a goodlier son than he.
Yeah, what's goodlier mean? That's a synonym for handsome, man. So King Saul, at the time he was just Saul, he said it was tall and he was goodlier, meaning he was handsome. Now, according to our forefathers, we were dark skinned. So you can ascertain that he was tall, dark, and handsome.
Yep.
So the standard of beauty in the Eastern world for an Israelite man was what? He was tall, dark, and handsome.
And you went into handsome before as manly.
Yeah, it's like well proportioned.
Yep.
It's like the alpha male physique, man. Now, what do women say they like in a man? Tall, dark, and handsome. See, Esau gives you that James Bond image because he's showing you how he wants himself to be that standard of beauty, man.
Yeah.
But biblically speaking, in our world, man, the true standard of beauty is that dark skinned man. And I'm not even going to just say dark skin, but I say melanin because Israel is a speckled bird, man. And then for brothers that got
they pretty much look had a lighter or a lower version of the melanin.
Yeah, but you're gonna get it back in the kingdom.
Yeah.
But that's a precious jewel, man. It's a precious jewel. Okay. Yeah. And did you have any more?
I was gonna read the rest of it.
Okay, come.
From his shoulders and upward, he was higher than any of the people. Like you said, he was tall.
That's why you have men like Wilt Chamberlain, who said that he's had sex with thousands of women, because he was basically like a god on earth, man. When you have a man that's an Israelite and you're well over 6 feet, and he has status, of course, but he had that melanin, you're basically like a walking god, man. And that's how you brothers have to start looking at yourself. You have to look, even if you are looks like an Edom, look like an Edomite or another nation, man. You're still an Israelite, man. So you have to start looking at yourself like you are a god, man. Period.
Yep.
All right.
Like the elder said, you may have less melanin now, but you're gonna get it back in the kingdom.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Want to get something else?
Yeah. Exodus 4 and 6, showing you that paradigm opposites, man. The paradigm polarities. Because in our homeland, Jerusalem, if you look like an Edomite, that was a curse.
Yeah.
To be stripped of pigment, that was a curse. Even if you're a so-called Israelite man or woman with albinism,
yeah,
people are looking at that as like it's a curse. They call it vitiligo. If you start losing your pigment, that's a curse.
Was Twin Peaks, the chick, her hand and shit.
See, I probably missed it.
Yeah.
But she had leprosy.
Yeah.
All right.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 6. And Yahweh said furthermore unto him, Put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow.
His hand was leprous as snow. So, hey, brothers, what color is snow? All right. So they're gonna show you. But the reason why it's called leprous, see, everybody in Israel had melanin, man. So if you came out without melanin or you started to lose your pigmentation, that was known as leprosy. Even certain tribes in Africa, man. But people in that village started developing vitiligo, they're outcasted, man. Like, whoa, you're a weirdo, man. Okay? But so, in our paradigm, in our world, in our heritage, to not have melanin is a curse. But Esau told you since slavery that having melanin was a curse.
Yeah.
You know?
Calling us sons of Cain and stuff like that, saying, you know, the Lord set a mark upon us. When really it's the exact opposite, man. It really happened to you.
And you had an interview on Vlad, this Jake from Florida, this rapper. He was like, man, he don't want no dark-skinned woman. He don't want no dark-skinned babies. Because he was like, man, I know I'm ugly as fuck, but I got money though. See, Jake suffers from low self-esteem because you judge yourself by Esau's standard of existing. You judge yourself by Esau's standard of beauty. You judge yourself by Esau's standard of value. Like, I don't have value unless I have Esau's cars, I have a big house. Now I have value. But if you don't have it, then your self-esteem drops, man. That's why all Mayweather talks about is what he has. Because he doesn't know anything about self-esteem.
Yeah, you got poor self-image, man.
Yeah.
You got to constantly talk about what you got. But, you know, hey, dark skin is beautiful, man.
You gotta see it, man. It's divine.
And once again, because we know a lot of brothers that may look like Esau to other nations, you know, you watch us. We like the elder apostle Tahar broke out, like he brought out, confusion of face. It don't mean looking like the other nations. It means shame of face. Yeah. But we understand there are going to be brothers that look like the other nations, man. And we have a lot of brothers that look like Esau. But you know, you're not an Edomite. No. You're not Esau, you know, but you shouldn't be offended by what we're bringing out. This is just truth, man.
And you still have an angelic spirit.
And you still have an angelic spirit. So it's not about the exterior, so to speak, but we are bringing out, according to the scriptures, that there is a standard of beauty according to the Most High, and it's contrary to what Esau brought out.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And from there, we're gonna unless you had any other points you want to bring out on that topic, we're gonna go to another standard, and it's marriage. All right, because Esau has his way of dealing with women, but we have our way according to our heritage sent from us by the Most High of how we deal with relationships, deal with women, man. So we're gonna start out with Deuteronomy 22 and 29. Okay? Because in our home, something the man told me when I was 13, man, and this is way before I came into the truth, obviously. But he told me, he was like, if the woman you mess with had sex with another man outside the man that took her virginity, she's a hoe.
That's the truth, though.
And that was the truth. He was like, if somebody else, if another person had sex with her besides the man that took her virginity, that woman is a hoe. And really, when you say hoe, you really just mean she's defiled, man. Or she's tainted, man. All right, but the reason why I'm bringing out that point, because in Esau's world, in his Western mindset, women can just date and then get married when they choose. But according to our forefathers, sex was marriage, man. And it wasn't breakups, and it wasn't, it didn't work out, or, it was a fling, it was a one-night stand. That's Esau's world. How do we handle it in our world, man? Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 29. Then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver.
I'm sorry, 28.
All right. Deuteronomy 22 and 28. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver.
So why did he take her out to eat? Why did he after he dealt with her, why did he leave it the decision for her to be with him?
Right.
All right, because in our world, in the Eastern world, in our heritage, a woman is property, man. And a woman really didn't have a say so. It was on her father.
Like he was an option.
Like he was an option. Yeah, why did he drop her his number, her DMV? Why did he kiss her ass on her live stream, man? All right?
Man.
So, she didn't have in our homeland, Jerusalem, the woman didn't have a say so. But it wasn't because we hated women. It was about structure and order.
And it's coming back.
And it's coming back. And what you have in Esau's world is fatherless households where women go off instinct because of the illusion of freedom, man. But what do you have? Single parenthood, high crime rated environment, because you have a woman that doesn't think logically running the household. All right, go ahead.
And she shall be his wife. Well, let me read it again, verse 29. Then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver.
Because she went from being the possession of her father to the possession of another man. See, in reality, once you take a woman's virginity, that's your possession. All right, go ahead.
And she shall be his wife.
And she shall be his wife. Go ahead.
Because he have humbled her, he may not put her away all his days.
So, you can't be like, you can't, how Jake does on this side, he'll have sex with a woman, then he'll stop messing with her, kind of brush her off and shit. He'll turn her out, not her mind gone, she didn't been traumatized, her heart didn't be ripped out. Because you can only fall in love so many times when you don't have feelings anymore, man.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of these women are messed up too.
Yeah.
Because, that happened to us according to the curses.
Yep.
You had these, so-called hood niggas mess with these different young girls. And like you said, had in mind, she all head over heels for the dude. He take her virginity and he just leave. So now that chick is broken. So she goes through all these different countless amount of relationships.
Yep.
And she got all these different vibrations on her, man.
And then it's a fatherless household, so what a lot of women do when they don't have self-esteem, they try to make men love them through sex. All right, or they feel like they can validate attention through sexual innuendos, man. So basically, they become little harlots, man. All right, they power is in their sexuality, but they don't know how to be. They feel like they can't be admired without showing some type of sexual signs, man.
Yeah, and that's a light woman.
That's a light woman.
Yeah,
that's a thought.
That's a thought, because if your value was in your box, and the virginity has been gone a long time ago, you have no value because you don't know parenthood. You can't really raise offspring. Yeah. You don't cook. You don't clean. It's really no use for you.
Hey, womanhood is a culture in itself, man. There's a science to femininity, man. All right, and we had that, and that's why the Lord said He was going to take those things in Isaiah the 3rd chapter. I think it was the 3rd chapter.
Yeah, it is.
But at the point that you get to the part where it said she should be his wife for the rest of his days.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, because the point that I wanted to emphasize was that she should be his wife all his days. See, Esau had something called relationships and dating and experiences. It wasn't supposed to be like that, man. It wasn't supposed to be women saying on these little dating television networks, I've dated different guys. I've dated black guys. I've dated Asian guys. I had my share of street guys, but now it's more like, no, you was only supposed to know one Israelite man. That's why you're so messed up, because Esau had implemented the laws of the Most High. That's why the divorce rate is so high, because the woman don't genuinely love you, man. She's been, her little love juice dried out before she probably turned 18. All right, because in our homeland, Jerusalem, women would get married off at around 14, man. Just deal with it. And it wasn't because we were perverts. No, it was to keep her from being defiled, man.
Yeah, because that's when they start getting hot.
Yep.
So to speak, like a dog in heat.
Yep.
She be getting them urges because now she's ready, man.
Just think of it like this. If your ass got a $1,500 pit bull, it's a female, right? And the female turned about 11 months old, 10 months old. She getting heat, the period started coming. Do you want some little mutt impregnate your pit bull and messing up your money, you don't let a goddamn a mixed breed dog have sex with your pit bull. How much do you think those puppies gonna be worth? Shit. So what do? You reserve your pit bull for a high value dog. All right, which and both of the owners benefit. Now we're not saying that women are like dogs, but a shameless woman is like a dog. But it's the same thing, man. You reserve your woman for a high value male. Both of y'all got money coming in. Both of y'all have stability. It's a relief on you, man. It's relief taking off. It's pressure taking off on you.
Yeah, because women can't choose their own mate.
Nah, man.
I mean, this society has proved that, man. Like they always goes into, man. Him and brother Ayash. This is generational slaughter, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got nothing but monsters out here. Mm-hmm. To be honest, man, the Israelite man or woman growing up in a single parent household, in particular under only the woman, they have no chance, man.
You have no chance. The Lord got to be with you.
The Lord got to be with you, yeah.
You have to have been the elect, and that's the environment the Lord had you in.
Yeah.
But now I've seen it growing up, man. Women, they get those thugs, and they turn down like decent guys because they more appealed by thugs, but really she's functioning off basic instincts. When you take the father out the household, you take stability out the household. So when you take the stability out the household, what happens is you have animals walking around. The father civilizes his daughter and his son. Once you take stability away, you're just going off instinct. Yeah. You're going off sensuality, whatever sexually turns you on, man. So in her mind, the guys she ended up dealing with are basically like alpha wolves, man. They're like wolves. They have that bravado, that masculinity, but it's primitive, man. And it's a short life expectancy. And there's no systems put in place for the security of that family that she's gonna have, man. All right? Because Esau depowered our nation by taking the men out the equation. All right, but going back to the point, the comparison that we wanted to make was in our homeland, Jerusalem, we had arranged marriages. And you had to deal with that woman the rest of her life. But in Esau's world, in Esau's paradigm, it's about emotions, instinct, attraction. That comes first. In Esau's world, the sex comes first, or the loves comes first, and then they get married. Yeah. But in our homeland, Jerusalem, in the Eastern world, the marriage happens first, the structure and order happens first, and then the feelings come. And just to keep talking, I want to speak on one more point. I had a teacher from India. She was a part of an arranged marriage. She had been arranged to marry her husband, but you know what she said? She's grown to love her husband. Even in the movie Coming to America, Eddie Murphy's parents, they were talking about each other. That was like, when they first met, they were nervous because they were a part of an arranged marriage. But the woman said at the end, I've grown to love your husband, you love your father very much, man. And believe it or not, that's the way it's supposed to be, man. Let's get the structure and order and family security first by marrying you off to somebody that's actually productive, and then the feeling's gonna come, okay?
Right, I got two for you.
Okay, go ahead.
This first one is Sirach. Ecclesiastes chapter 18 and verse 30. Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thine appetite.
See, that's not said in America, but in our homeland, Jerusalem, we were taught that. And I was going to the history of that scripture. This is what Esau says that it meant now. But he was like, that says that because if you pop a woman back in the homeland, Jerusalem, you got to deal with the dowry, the price of her, man. But on this side, it's like, if you pop a woman here, you might get an STD. That's if she do follow through with dealing with you, might get an STD, an unwanted pregnancy. So now you got a baby by a damn harlot, man. A damn woman that has no values.
Yeah, like the brother you had put me on Chronicles of Judah.
Yeah, come on.
Hey man, it's like eating fast food. You knew what the result was of you eating that damn Big Mac. Yeah. But you mad that now you got health problems and you knew what you was getting yourself into. Same thing with these women out here, man. That Jake just randomly hook up with. Mm-hmm. You know what you getting yourself into, so now you got a baby buyer. And now you gotta deal with it, man.
Hey, because you still gotta be a man. But hey, we have to start thinking regal, like our royal forefathers, man. And that's a peasant mentality to not have self-control. So it's a ruling class mentality to have expectations towards women, man. So more than likely you're not gonna find a virgin, but you should find a woman that has submissive qualities, or a woman that has like class, a woman that can fit into your structure, man. That's a ruling class mentality to look for a woman that has those expectations as opposed to sensual traits, man. All right, you got another one?
I'm just gonna read down it.
Okay, come.
If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies that malign thee.
Yeah, because, hey, it's just like this. Do drug dealers respect their fiends, man? No, the drug dealers treat their clients like shit a lot of times because they know no matter how bad they treat them, their fiend is addicted to their product, man.
That's what these women do to Jake.
And you know, when you a slave to your penis, man, to your ride, women they think you ain't shit. When they know that you want some pussy and that's all you thinking about, they'll call you when they want to, all right? They'll deal with you when they want to. When they know that they got you in little grips, they'll talk to you like crazy in public and stuff, man. Or they'll just ignore you whenever they feel like it because first of all, they have options. And secondly, you hold her to no standard, man.
Yeah.
You know, a man of our ways, man. He has an expectations towards women, man. And then does he have high mileage or how many kids you have? Like, what are your standards? How are you maneuvering to have a family? You know what I mean? Like, what are your values, man? Now, when Jake see that them thighs and them titties, man, that ass and them loud colors, Jake lose it, man. But we have to go back to self-control to make more wise decisions. So we won't put ourselves in messed up predicaments, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you said you had another one.
Yeah, I had something in Isaiah.
All right.
Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors and women rule over them.
Hey, that's a beautiful point you brought out. And the children represent Esau because he came out of us. But the other paradigm shift was what, man? In our homeland, Jerusalem, in the Eastern way, all right, the man ran the household. Mm-hmm. But now the women run the household. In a nigga community, it's a cesspool ran by women. But in traditionally, the world will be run by men. Like I said, arranged marriages, all right, when you'll be consulting, marry your daughter, hey, the uncles will be involved, man. It'll be the dad, the uncles. They'll make sure like it's really a business contract between two different families, man. All right? But here, you have the woman that carries the daughter to dress like a slut. Then it said children are their oppressors because really the mother is influenced by Esau's westernization. So she encourages the daughter to play the field. She encourages the daughter to put her career first, man. She encourages the daughter to get them little cute little tattoos, man.
So here you got the woman going after her lust too.
Yep, the woman going after her lust.
Making you a laughing stock, because guess who's laughing at you? Esau.
Yep.
You know, and he's the main enemy, but you become an enemy to us.
Yep.
By linking up with the serpent.
Hey, because the so-called black woman is an extension of Esau right now. So you really, although you're both Israelites, you and a woman represents like Jacob and Esau down there, man. Because y'all at odds with each other.
Sleeping with the enemy.
Yep, that's why, hey, sleeping with the enemy, that's why, you know, Jake got videos talking about a traditional man is not compatible with the liberal woman. But who liberated your woman, man? Who gave the woman the mindset to say, you don't own me, you don't control me? Because according to the Bible, we do. All right?
Mm-hmm. You ain't my daddy and all that other shit.
Yeah, you ain't my daddy. Really, I am your daddy. That's what women call man daddy, man.
That's spiritual.
Yeah, that's why we bought you from your daddy traditionally. All right?
To take upon our name.
Yep, to take upon our name. Ooh, their last name. Even when they get married, they still take on your last name, man. So I am your daddy. Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
Eve, I am your father. You know?
God damn it.
God damn it. All right.
Jeremiah 31 and 22. This last one on that topic.
God.
How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter, the man of the nation of Israel?
Yep. For
Yahweh Bashim Yahushua have created a new thing in the earth. Yep. A woman shall compass a man.
Why does it say it will be a new thing? You get 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. Mm-hmm. Let's see what time it is. Okay.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua. Yep. And the head of the woman is the man. So
going back to Jeremiah 31 and 22, it said, I will create a new thing in the earth. The woman shall compass the man. All right. And she has, because even dealing with a woman, that ain't your woman, man. She has every resource from Esau to destroy you, man. Child support, alimony. Hey, she can call the police on you, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can lose it all, man. She's the woman have power over us right now, man. All right?
Was a song by Yo Gotti, "That bitch ain't your bitch."
That bitch ain't your bitch, and that's true. So from there, when you finish that out, Amos 7:17.
Kind. I'll read it again.
Okay.
1 Corinthians 11:3. But I will have you know the head of every man is Yahweh Shai, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh.
Yep. So that our world is all about structure and order, man. And look at what that produced versus what Esau's world is producing, man. Esau's world can't reproduce itself. You have whole societies that adopted westernization. Now the death rate is higher than the birth rate because the women are reproducing with the men. They're having sex with their careers, man. All right?
Man. Amos 7:17. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city.
Basically, like going back to our homeland Jerusalem, one perspective is, if your woman has sex with another man outside of the man that took her virginity, she's a hoe. So the women we dealing with, they're borrowed, man. Now you got this man by the name of Black Ram. He just brought out a video entitled roughly "Why Body Count Matters," and he basically broke down after the second partner, your woman not even producing genuine emotions anymore, man. After her second, third partner, she can't emotionally produce the oxytocin to give her pair bonding, man, with her man she's having sex with, man. So your woman might, she might show you affection, but really she an animal, man. And the reason I say she an animal, because you might be dealing with your woman, but she can't love you, man. Because that part of her has been taken from her after her first or second dealing with a man. The dude she was hand over here in love with was more likely the first or second dude she would have had sex with, man. But after that goes, a woman can't genuinely be in love with you. And a lot of times what happens is the woman she has, the dudes that she's attracted to in high school, in the hood, in college, or even in her early 20s, mid-20s. But then a lot of times she's broke when a struggle comes and she got them kids. Now she needs what they call a beta male provider, man. So a lot of women look at the hard-working Israelite man. She's not really sexually attracted to you like that, but you can provide stability for her, man. But the dude that she was head over here in love with was those early niggas, man. Them early niggas, man. The niggas she was with before you knew she existed, man. All right? And it doesn't happen like that all the time, but it happens like that a lot, man.
That's the general rule.
That's why the dads, man, they married them little girls off, them little women off as soon as they finished puberty, man. All right, and they married them off to that productive man.
He's not gonna fucking pay for this shit.
So really he turned our women out before you even think you're dealing with a woman at 19, 20, 21. There's a good chance she already got turned out.
Hey man, you brothers, man, stop fucking being emotional, man.
Yeah.
Your emotions will get you killed. This what's coming out here in this lesson, man. This is reality, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Because you can't know something that's bad unless you know what's good. So now we know the law, and now we compare Esau, how he does it, we compare it to the law. Like, wait a minute, this man is horrible, man.
Mm-hmm.
But he turned our women out. It just facts, man. And our women don't genuinely love us how they would love us if we met them in their physical prime, man. And when their mind wasn't polluted, man. All right?
True.
Through.
All right, you want me to read it again?
Yeah, come.
Amos chapter 7, verse 17. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city.
Yeah, a harlot, man. Hey, a perfect example of that is social media, man. All a woman has to do is get on Instagram, Facebook, tag, and she'll be going live on tag, smoking the black and mild weed. And there be niggas in a live stream. You be want some ass, but it's like 30 niggas in a live stream trying to talk to her. They even got one part of the live stream where a bitch actually, what happens is you have your box talking to her, FaceTiming her, right? But then she'll give you a time. Like, you got 1 minute to talk to her. And she's like, okay, Tyrone, time's up, next guy. But if she vibing with you, you drop your number, her DM, and y'all parlay. But I heard one woman say, she was like, cause somebody asked did she have a man? Well, she was like, well, last night Biker was my boyfriend, but tonight it might be Jeremy. Because hey, these women we dealing with, they straight up harlots, man. And like the Zaquan said, you can't be emotional. Just take heed, adapt, and keep it moving. But we're supposed to be bitter towards this because we was their harlot towards the Most High. Mm-hmm. So he's showing us who we were through our women, man. And it's facts.
Yep, and once we get the kingdom, once we're in Jacob's paradigm, which I want to get a quick precept for you also, we're going to appreciate this, man. You're going to appreciate the women that you're going to receive. You're going to be the first and the only man they're going to ever deal with for the rest of their life. We don't have that now. And that's just the grim reality we got to deal with. It hurts.
It hurts.
You don't want to imagine all these other partners she had before you. She might get with you and tell you she had 3, 5, 7 guys before you. She fucking probably lying, man.
I had a little chick tell me that back in the day with them magic numbers, man. When they say 3 and 5, a lot of times they don't count the guys. If the sex wasn't good, they might not count it. Or if she went officially with the dude, she might not count it. Or they're like the opposite of us. Jacob lied about how many women he had sex with to make him look more player-like. But a woman gonna lie about it so she wanna look more like a hoe, man.
Yeah, and it is what it is. That's why, certain people in the world, they'll compare women to felines or cats, and they'll compare men to canines. They'll compare them to dogs, because with a dog, you see a dog dirt and BS all out in the open.
Yeah.
But a cat, a feline, is more conniving and sneaky when it comes to hiding their shit.
They cover their shit.
Yeah, they cover their shit, literally.
Like, you hardly ever see cats having sex.
Yep.
But you'll see a dog humping by a stop sign at the interstate, like, God damn, that dog humping, man. But at the same time, you see cats roaming around everywhere, man.
Yeah.
So something going on, man. All right, but
different paradigms.
That cat dog mentality, man. Hey, dogs are loyal, by the way. Dogs are faithful, man.
Yeah, that cat ain't.
Yeah. I've never heard of a cat taking a bullet for their owner, man. But I've heard of Dobermans, German
Shepherds. Die for you, man.
Yep, they'll die for you, man.
Yep.
And that's why men are more valuable than a damn woman, man.
Yep.
The lowest level of man is more valuable than the highest level of a damn woman, man. That's just facts.
Which shows that we in the end, because these women got power over us, and you got the fall of man by way of a woman, this is the end, bro.
We're at the end.
Yeah, I want to get something else for you.
Okay, come on.
Is there any other precept you want me to get, by the way?
Nah, I'm going to just roughly speak on the dietary thing, then we can just close it after that.
Okay. All right, now, this is dealing with our forefather Abraham, okay? And basically the paradigm we're about to receive soon. Okay, this is in Hebrews chapter 11. And I'll start at verse 8. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should receive and for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise, which is the land of Canaan, land of Israel, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which hath foundations, whose builder and maker is the Most High. And the reason why I want to get that is because our kingdom, the kingdom of heaven, the heavenly Jerusalem, is going to be patterned and fashioned after the mindset of the Most High, man. Yeah. Like you always go into the laws, statutes, and commandments. Yeah. This didn't happen yet. Now we see Esau's world, but like this kingdom is gonna please the Heavenly Father, man. And the Lord get there. You were speaking about how the Most High does with the temples. Like you read certain scriptures, it said how the Most High Himself, well, he dwells in the heavens, but He dwells in a holy temple, man. But you see that He's patterning our mindset after His. The way brothers fixing their pads up. We out into the incense, the stones, the plants, but just on a, larger scale, imagine the kingdom of heaven, man, but with the laws, statutes, commandments implemented along with all that glory and opulence, man. You don't see that. You just get potholes everywhere, a broken infrastructure, broken homes, everybody on drugs, homeless rate.
A dead possum by the pothole and shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But it's going to be the complete opposite, man. That's why we got to work for this,
Yeah, I'm real quick. I'm gonna get into the diet real quick. Sirach 31, 30 and 25. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I read it right quick. Sirach 30 and 25. A cheerful and good heart will have care of his meat and diet, man. So you're supposed to be. You know how they say you have people who are self-conscious. You're supposed to be health conscious, man. Okay, so having care of your meat and diet is to be health conscious. And something I said in the last video I did yesterday is that, you know, as opposed to the standard American diet, which will kill you, you need to adopt a diet that's seek with the dietary law that adds life, man. So something that's pretty much close to that is what they call the Blue Zone diet, the Mediterranean diet, where it's like 70-80% plant-based, but you eat your grilled salmon, you know, the different grilled fish, fruit, vegetables, nuts, grain, legumes.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Your asparagus. All right, then, you know, less frequently you eat your meats, okay? And then you have your wine, okay? Because it tells you wine drunk in moderation is a good thing. But the last scripture I want to get on that.
If I can land back too, when
Yep.
read that, after you read it.
Okay, Sirach 31:20. Sound sleep cometh of moderate eating.
Ooh,
So in our homeland Jerusalem, we ate moderately, man. But what do you have now? All you can eat buffet. But if you look at the word buffet, the etymology, the buffet originally was a refreshment table, man, in a marketplace. Just to kind of give you a little energy. But you're not supposed to indulge in Babylon, man. Okay.
And y'all went into the etymology of the word restaurant.
Yeah, which means to restore.
Yep.
So how can you restore with foods that has no minerals in it, man? How can you restore your stuff if you're full, man? That's not being restored, man.
Yeah.
That's been a damn glutton, man.
And then what you see in America, we definitely see it in Mississippi. The obesity rate is just through the roof, man.
But you got people, man, they'll drive to Walmart and they'll spend all day, every day trying to find a close ass parking lot, man. They just religiously refuse to walk to the damn store, man.
Yep.
Walk a couple yards, man. You need that walk.
And we did that in Jerusalem.
Yep.
We walked every damn where down there.
We walked and everybody was lean, man. And we weren't even like this extra 300 pounds of muscle Jake, man. We were like horses. We were just ripped up like how Jake looked in the 70s, man.
Yeah.
We were just ripped up, man.
Even when you look at, you know, with certain Bible maps and, you know, in the back of your Bible, they'll tell you about the journey of Yahushua, and even dealing with, you know, the Apostle Paul and some of the other men of the Lord. They would go on pilgrimages, man. You know, as far as how they walk, we would call it a pilgrimage, but to them it was normal.
Hey, you know what? Gad did that in America a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But going back to the point, driving home, Sirach 31:20. Sound sleep cometh of moderate eating. He riseth early, and his wits are with him. And when you eat properly, man, when you eat the fruit, vegetables, nuts, grains, legumes, then you have the salmon and, you know, things of that. Your mind is sharper, man. Your mental acuity, your mental faculties are there, man. And you can feel it.
Say help you get up early.
Yep, and it helps you get up. Hey, a lot of times you'll wake up an hour earlier just from being on a diet like the Mediterranean diet, man. Okay? It is which are with him, but the pain of watching and color and pains in the belly are with an unsatiable man. So a lot all that breathing hard and you got diabetes, high blood pressure. Yeah, some of it's the curses, but most of it is your damn diet, man.
Sleep apnea.
Sleep apnea. You need an oxygen machine. All right, because you don't have a diet that causes a cleanse. See, you put the leafy greens into a diet that helps detoxify your body, man. You have a diet of excess processed meat, processed food that doesn't digest. It just sits there, and you build up mucus or plaque in your arteries. And if you have a poor blood circulation, you have a poor oxygen flow in your body, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Esau doesn't tell you this because he'd rather make money off you get sick and go into him. Okay. So another paradigm shift too is that Esau has the pharmaceutical industry and we have the physician.
That's right.
All right, but we just put it all together real quick, man. And in summary, the east and west paradigm of Jacob and Esau, we have our standard of beauty, which is melanin. His standard of beauty is to be stripped of melanin. Mm-hmm. All right, our standard of beauty of marriage is structure and order and longevity. His standard of marriage and relationship is short-term, pleasure-oriented. All right, flings, one-night stands, being psychologically traumatized from bad relationships and poor decisions. Mm-hmm. Okay, we believe the man is in charge according to the scriptures. Esau believes the woman is in charge, man.
Yeah.
Okay. We believe in moderation and self-sustaining your body, self-preservation in your body. Mm-hmm. Esau tells you to eat whatever you want and take his damn chemicals, take his pills. So there's definitely a polarity. Going back to Sirach 33, good and evil set against each other.
Yeah, because basically breaking it down with Jacob and Esau, or with Jacob is discipline. With Esau is do as thou wilt.
Yeah, it's discipline versus self-indulgence, man. Mm-hmm. Self-control versus the lack of self-control, man. self-gratifying for love.
Self-gratification.
Self-gratification, man. So you had any closing statements?
Nah, I just wanted to say, because you went into the diet and different things for our spirit. Hey, man, for you brothers, man, you know that in particular watch Great Millstone. Another thing, man, you just need to stop hopping from camp to camp, man. Hey, just stick with one group. Either you gonna watch us or you watch these other groups, man. Or the Lord gonna deal with you. Hey, because it's only one truth. But basically, for you Jakes really getting into this truth, you know, when you heard the elder speak about, you know, you have care of your meat and your diet, you know, as well as implementing exercise and things of that sort, man. Hey, do it for yourself, man. Yeah. You know, do it to better you. Because right now, hey, being in this truth, man, it's about self-improvement. You ain't doing it for a damn woman, you know? Okay, because women they'll mainly go to the gym really to look good for men. To get them to either keep their man or to get them a man. You doing this for you, man.
And I just add to what you're saying, man. I make this statement: exercising is spiritual, man.
Yeah.
We exercise just like you're cleansing your spirit, man. So the Most High wants that because it's beneficial for the truth, man.
Yep.
You know, eating a certain diet, the Mediterranean plant-based diet, man, which you know is proportioned out, is spiritual.
Yep.
So you have certain things that make you more spiritual, and then you have certain things that make you more carnal, man. All right.
Yeah, and basically, it will keep you on your purpose, man. There's certain things the Lord gave us, part of our spiritual arsenal, to keep you. You even hear these alpha male guys on YouTube speak about it. You stand on your purpose. It's about purpose, man. Because in the kingdom, and we gonna get that right hand paradigm. Everything you know that came out through the spirit, man. That's all I got to say.
Hey, yeah, and with that, we hope you brothers are edified. Once again, we want to give our honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, who well. Peace and blessings to the house of David, the elect. Till the next time, Shalom.
Shalom.